Okay, so I got another recording going. Let's see. Maybe if I go to 20 seconds, and then as far as image, maybe I could contrast 180, 2 seconds. Maybe I got to raise the black point a little bit more. The other thing I have not played with is histogram. I raised the black point to 20. Oh, when you raise the black point, it gets brighter. I got to go lower the black point. Yep, went to 0. Let's see. Yeah, David, I think you'll be impressed with this camera. This is only my second night using it on deep sky. I've been using it mainly for the solar work, and it does exceptionally well with the H-alpha and calcium K telescopes. Satellite. See how far it moves in 20 seconds. Thanks. It helps having a nice scope and a camera that works well in combination with it. Some of the prominences have been really impressive lately. There's a sunspot rolling onto the limb, and yesterday, when you increase the exposure, you can see these little spikes of material being blasted out from the sunspot in silhouette against the sky. It was incredible. Let's see. What's next on the hit parade? Let's see. That's the crescent in the center. Let's go to 52 Cygni.
Telescopes flew into target.
Let's see, is it still in the slit?
Telescope slew complete.
Yep, 52 Cygni should still be in there. Connie was telling me that Grant in the UK just got his 152. He's gonna love it. Boy, this is gonna take some work. This is the veil through 52 Cygni. Let's see. Boy, there's a lot. I really need to take me another dark. Oh, my dark got disabled somehow. Whoa, no wonder everything looks funny. How did it get disabled? Let's see if everything clears up in 2 seconds. Well, let me import it again. There's the dark field. Open. Enable. That was only a 20-second dark, but it was done with lower gain, so that could be part of the issue. Turn the sharpness off. And let's see where the histogram is. Let me raise the black point a little. Yeah, I'll raise the black in the histogram, maybe too much. Exposure is yeah, I'm clipping now. Let me back up on the, maybe go down to about 15. The exposure is, I think, 20 seconds. 20 seconds with the gain at 30 out of 100. I could try longer. I'll go to 25. Eight seconds. Went to 25 seconds. Maybe a filter would help. And because I'm not using any filters. My skies, I can barely pick up Milky Way at the zenith. Oh, there's all kinds of adjustments. Yes, you would. There's trade-offs when you go to filters. I just changed the black level. Let's see what happens. Got a little bit darker. I mean, it's there. Let me see what the other part of the veil looks like. The eastern part.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
Yeah, give it 20 seconds. I bought a nebula filter, but I just haven't gotten around to trying it. Now that part of the veil looks better. I can try to darken it up a little. Let me go a little bit more on the black level. Let me go to minus 25 maybe. Since I'm recording this, I can always play them back and then record the settings afterwards. Yeah, I adjusted the black level down a little. And then try increasing the gain a little bit. 35. Let's see what happens with the next exposure in 2 seconds. Too much. Okay. I just reduced the gain back to 28. Should get a little bit darker. Maybe too dark. Okay. I changed the darkness a little bit. Yeah, not bad. I like it when stuff works. I want to be okay. What are the chances of seeing art?
Telescope slew into target.
Okay, this will be a challenge. Let's see.
Telescope slew complete.
I've never tried to find any of the North American nebula from my backyard. Usually I do this from dark sky sites. Holy Lord, there it is. Woohoo! It's the Gulf of Mexico region, right there at the 8 o'clock position near the border. In Florida, I think that's the bright star. I gotta try to let me. Holy, this is unbelievably nice. Oh yes, it is huge. The object is North American Nebula is 2 degrees across. So let me, with a satellite moving through it. This is in the center. This is right near Deneb, at the tail of the Swan in the Milky Way. Yes. I've never seen this object from this location. This is usually a dark sky site object. Let me see if I can flip the image. Which way would that be? A vertical flip? Yep. And now I gotta try to, whoa. I gotta slip it to the right to get the Gulf of Mexico in. So let me decrease the exposure to just a few seconds, push up the stars, and then see if I can move it in the direction that I want. I think, let's see, north would be moving it to the right. Yes, that's correct. I'd be bringing more of Mexico in if I'm correct. Okay, let's leave it there. And then go back. Did I have it at 30 gain? And I had it at 25 seconds. Okay. 30 gain, 25-second exposure. Okay. You don't need a big scope when you have a camera. It's only a little 6-inch. I think I gotta move it even more. Okay, so let me move it some more. Go back 2 seconds max gain. Okay, let's move it. Now let's see, is that going to be west or east? It was going to be east, and I hit west. Let's see where that puts us. Okay. I need to get some of Rock's bug juice on, Michael. I just got another bottle of that 100% deep today in the mail. Okay, 6 seconds. Yep, I got some mosquitoes. Oh, I must have had... Oh, I had to gain higher. Put the gain back to 30. Okay. Even more. Yeah, Florida's standing out. The Gulf of Mexico is really standing out nicely now. That is a large object. Let me see if I can... Now that I've gotten this deed on my hand and I want to dissolve the mouse, let me wipe my hand off. Color. I'm raising the saturation slightly. David, what scope are you going to use your StarVision on? Okay. The key is going to be getting it as fast as you can optically to be able to go with shorter exposures and get a wider field of view. Yeah, Michael, it does. That time we had the universe going. That was a much longer focal length, 11-inch at f2, so it's 22-inch focal length. This is 6-inch at f1.9, so it's about an 11-inch focal length. But the chip is larger on the universe, so you got a pretty comparable field of view. I just increased the red. I don't. More red. John, this is the MallinCam StarVision 11 millimeter sensor, the 825 sensor, CCD. I'm using a 6-inch HyperStar f1.9, no filters, and my limiting magnitude in my backyard is probably 5.3 to 5.5. Yeah, you could grab images. I'm grabbing images on the fly right now. Yes, David, do you have a f6.3 focal reducer with your C8? I would put the f6.3 focal reducer on the back of the scope, then put on your visual back, and then start by adding the focal reducer lens itself to the camera, and then putting the camera and focal reducer into the back of the scope, and use both focal reducers together. That should get you down around f4 or so. And then you can try adding spacers to see if you can still get more focal reduction without getting any distortion or vignetting. Boy, now I'm getting like rocks swatting mosquitoes. Hold on a second. I had to go wash my hands off. Made the mistake of touching my legs that had all the DEET on it. Okay. What did I miss? F4 is a good place to start. I like telling people I like getting as fast as I can optically, and I like to get around F4. Last night I was only able to get down to F5, so I had to live with that. F4 is a good place to start. Let me try increasing the gain, lowering exposure. Again, I want to see if I can move a little bit more and get more of the Mexico part into the field of view. That should do it. Okay, back to 30 gain and 25-second exposure. Let's see what happens. That's one thing. The stars are pretty pinpoint. Okay. Okay. There you got the Mexico at the top left, the Gulf of Mexico region, and then Florida is just about in the center. Pretty nicely framed. Especially when you consider it's 20-second exposure. I mean, 25-second, yeah. And the gain is only at 30 out of 100. So I can really push the gain up much higher if I wanted to. Let me see where I can tweak. Black level, maybe adjust the black level down a little bit, see if it'll make it a little bit darker. Let's see what happens with that. See if I made it too dark. A little bit darker. Yeah, I'm pleased with this. I'll have to share this with Rock tomorrow. Now,
Telescope synced.
okay, let's see if I can find any of the Pelican.
Telescope flew into target.
Okay. It's still in there.
Telescope slew complete.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Generally, the only thing I get with the Pelican is a little bright nebula down the back of the neck of the Pelican's head. Which is at the right center. Wait till the next exposure pops up. That's just really a hard object to get. And you can see the bright nebula to the right of center. That's the part that runs down the Pelican's neck. I think the bill is going up and towards the 12 o'clock position, right below that bright star that's at around the 2 o'clock position. So maybe if I move it straight down, we can see. So time to increase gain. Lower exposure and see if I can go straight down, which is east. See if I guessed correctly. Okay. Okay, go back to gain 30 and back. I'll go to 30-second exposure. Gain 30 and a 30-second exposure on the Pelican. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay. You definitely can see the Pelican's bill going up and almost to the center top. Let me see if I can darken it up any. I'm getting impressed. Change the black level to -40. Let's see what that does. Yep. Yeah, the Pelican's head is definitely standing out now. That bright nebula is the back of his head, and the bill points up and to the left. John, I've never looked for either the North American or the Pelican from here before because I didn't think I could do it. I'll now have to try it with the DS 2.3 Plus. Using the DS 2.3 Plus on this scope creates a massive central obstruction. The central obstruction on a 6-inch is about 2.2 inches, and this camera is 2.5 inches square. When I was using the DS 2.3 Plus, that camera is 3.1 inches in diameter. So I was taking a large chunk out of the primary with a big central obstruction. It still worked, but it wasn't optimum. This camera appears to be better suited for the 6-inch HyperStar. I'm going to stop this video.